How to build a great relationship. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you felt truly known by someone? Not the polished, put-together version of you, but the real you. The one with doubts, fears, failures, and hidden wounds. If we're honest, most people are surrounded by crowds but starving for connection. We smile in pictures, we shake hands in churches, we laugh in friend groups, but inside, many of us feel alone. Why? Because authentic friendships have become rare. We've replaced connection with performance, transparency with politeness, and vulnerability with, "I'm fine." But today, we're breaking that pattern. Today we're talking about how to build great relationships. The kind of friendships that heal you, challenge you, strengthen you, and anchor your soul. Stay with me. This might be the most important relationship conversation you ever hear. Authentic friendships. Building genuine connections. Authentic friendships are built on transparency and vulnerability, where individuals feel safe to share their true selves, including their hurts, feelings, failures, doubts, fears, and weaknesses. This level of openness fosters deep connections and meaningful relationships. Unfortunately, in many environments, including some church communities, authenticity can be overshadowed by superficial interactions, role-playing, and politeness. Genuine fellowship is only possible when we move beyond the masks we wear and embrace the courage to be vulnerable. This guide explores how to cultivate authentic friendships, overcome fears, and foster deeper connections with others. The essence of authentic friendships. Authenticity in friendships requires honesty about who we are and what is happening in our lives. True friends share their struggles and triumphs openly, allowing for a deeper connection built on mutual understanding and support. The Bible emphasizes this kind of transparency. If we live in the light, as God is in the light, we can share fellowship with each other. If we say we have no sin, we are fooling ourselves. This scripture underscores that genuine fellowship happens in the light of honesty, not in the darkness of pretense. Overcoming superficiality in friendships. In many settings, including some religious communities, authenticity can be rare. People often present a polished version of themselves, hiding their true feelings behind masks of politeness and superficial conversation. This facade creates an environment where real friendship cannot thrive. Instead of engaging in meaningful dialogue, individuals may engage in role-playing, which prevents genuine connections and stifles true friendship. To break free from this cycle of superficiality, it's essential to foster an environment where honesty and humility are valued. This involves acknowledging and sharing personal struggles. Openly sharing your challenges, fears, and weaknesses allows for deeper connections. It's essential to be willing to admit that you don't have everything figured out and to seek help and support when needed. Creating safe spaces. Encourage environments where vulnerability is welcomed and supported. This could be in personal relationships or within community groups that prioritize authentic interactions. The courage to be authentic. Being authentic requires both courage and humility. It involves overcoming the fear of exposure and rejection, which can be daunting. Here's why taking this risk is crucial. Spiritual and emotional growth. Authenticity is a pathway to spiritual and emotional health. Admitting our shortcomings and seeking support helps us grow and heal. Overcoming fear. Fear often drives people to hide their true selves. This fear can manifest as defensiveness, emotional distance, or controlling behavior. Practical steps to cultivate authenticity. 1. Identify and address fears. Reflect on which aspects of vulnerability are most challenging for you. It might be sharing personal failures, admitting fears, or asking for help. Understanding these fears can help you address them more effectively. 2. Encourage openness. Make an effort to be open with others. Share your own struggles and encourage them to do the same. This reciprocal vulnerability fosters trust and deepens relationships. 3. Seek spiritual strength. Pray for the courage to be vulnerable and seek guidance from God's Spirit. The more you embrace God's love and strength, the less you will be controlled by fear. Love is the foundation of relationships. Love plays a crucial role in overcoming fear and building authentic relationships. Here's how love can transform relationships. Shifting focus. Love helps shift the focus from your insecurities to the needs and well-being of others. When you prioritize the needs of others, you are less likely to be consumed by your own fears and insecurities. Building confidence. Understanding and experiencing God's unconditional love helps build self-confidence. Knowing that you are loved by God frees you from the need to constantly prove yourself to others. Encouraging selflessness. True love encourages selflessness, which is the antidote to selfishness and insecurity. When you are secure in your relationship with God, you can give freely to others without fear of rejection. Embracing selflessness. Selfishness is often at the root of conflicts and relationship issues. To build lasting and meaningful relationships, it's essential to practice selflessness. Prioritize others. Shift from me to you by considering the needs and feelings of others before your own. Sow selflessness. The principle of sowing and reaping is evident in relationships. Selflessness not only improves relationships, but also aligns with God's desire for us to live unselfishly. Seek fulfillment in giving. Fulfillment often comes from giving rather than receiving. Giving of yourself enriches relationships and brings deeper satisfaction. The importance of listening. Listening is a crucial aspect of building and maintaining friendships. It's not just about hearing words but understanding the emotions and underlying messages behind them. Here's how effective listening can enhance relationships. Empathy. True. Listening involves empathy, putting yourself in the other person's shoes and understanding their perspective. This means recognizing their feelings and providing support without immediately trying to fix their problems. Non-verbal cues. Pay attention to body language and non-verbal signals that might reveal unspoken feelings. This can provide additional insights into what the other person is experiencing. Avoid interruptions. When listening, minimize distractions and interruptions. This demonstrates respect and allows the person to fully express themselves. Practical listening. Tips. 1. Be present. Focus entirely on the person speaking. Avoid multitasking or letting your mind wander. 2. Show understanding. Use verbal affirmations and body language to show that you are engaged and understanding their perspective. 3. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage deeper conversation by asking questions that require more than yes or no answers. Humility is the antidote. Pride, in its myriad forms, poses a significant threat to the health and vitality of our relationships. It can manifest through criticism, competition, stubbornness, and superficiality, undermining the very foundation of trust and connection that holds relationships together. Unlike other character flaws, pride has a unique, almost insidious nature. It often blinds individuals to its own presence, making it difficult for them to recognize how their actions and attitudes are affecting those around them. Proverbs 16:18 captures this succinctly. Pride leads to destruction, a proud attitude brings ruin. NCV. The Message paraphrase intensifies this warning, stating, "First pride, then the crash. The bigger the ego, the harder the fall." Such vivid imagery underscores the destructive potential of pride, which can lead to a metaphorical collapse of relationships and personal integrity. Conversely, humility acts as the antidote to pride. It is the counterbalance that fosters deeper connections and harmonious interactions. Cultivating humility. So, how does one cultivate humility? Humility is a selfless act of love, and humility is the model for how we should approach our relationships. By doing that, we begin to view ourselves and others through a lens of grace and understanding. As we draw closer to God through prayer, scripture, and reflection, we internalize His humility and manifest it in our interactions with others, creating trust in your friendships. Trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. It distinguishes friends from mere acquaintances. A true friend is someone you can confide in without fear of betrayal or judgment. For a relationship to be genuine, it must be grounded in trust and mutual respect. This trust is built through maintaining confidentiality and being a reliable source of support. If you have a safe person in your life who embodies these qualities, consider yourself fortunate. If not, seek such a person through prayer and discernment. Similarly, strive to be that safe, trustworthy individual for others. It's essential to cultivate a reputation for discretion and reliability. Being a trustworthy friend requires commitment and integrity. It means resisting the temptation to gossip or betray confidences. When someone shares a secret or personal struggle with you, it is your responsibility to honor that trust by keeping the information confidential. This practice not only strengthens the relationship, but also reinforces your role as a reliable friend. Positive prayer strengthens your relationships. When faced with challenging relationships, prayer offers a powerful alternative to nagging or complaining. Positive prayer can be transformative, affecting both the person praying and the person being prayed for. Paul exemplified this approach in Philippians 1:4, saying, "Whenever I pray, I make my requests for all of you with joy." NLT. His prayers were filled with joy and a positive outlook, which reflected his deep love and concern for others. Positive prayer is more impactful than positive thinking. While positive thinking might shift your own perspective, positive prayer has the potential to affect real change in others. By praying for someone, you are asking for divine intervention and guidance, which can lead to changes in that person's behavior and attitudes. Incorporate these elements into your prayers for others and watch how God can transform relationships that seem beyond repair. Prayer not only invites divine assistance, but also fosters a spirit of patience, understanding, and empathy within ourselves. Help each other grow. One of the hallmarks of strong relationships is mutual growth. Helping each other grow involves more than just offering advice or making demands. It requires a combination of leading by example and engaging in meaningful conversations. Grow through example. Even Jesus demonstrated this approach by washing his disciples' feet and instructing them to do the same for each other. John 13:14-15. Actions often speak louder than words. By embodying the virtues you wish to see in others, you provide a living example of Christ-like behavior. Grow through conversations. Engaging in critical conversations about significant issues allows both parties to address challenges and support each other's development. These conversations should be conducted with empathy, aiming to understand and address the underlying concerns, rather than merely pointing out flaws. Avoid criticism and comparison. Criticism and comparison are counterproductive to personal growth. Criticism often focuses on what's wrong rather than what can be improved, leading to defensiveness rather than constructive change. Comparison, on the other hand, undermines self-worth and can be detrimental to relationships. Instead, focus on encouraging and uplifting one another. By fostering an environment of encouragement and support, you create a space where both parties can thrive. An attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force in enhancing relationships. Studies consistently show that gratitude is linked to increased happiness and satisfaction in relationships. Developing a habit of gratitude can significantly impact how you interact with others. This attitude of gratitude helps shift the focus from what's lacking or problematic in a relationship to appreciating the positive aspects. Cultivating gratitude involves consciously acknowledging and appreciating the good in others. It requires effort, especially in long-term relationships where familiarity can lead to taking others for granted. Make it a practice to thank God for the people in your life and to express your gratitude directly to them. This practice not only enhances your own happiness, but also strengthens your relationships. By focusing on the positive aspects of those around you and regularly expressing appreciation, you can foster a more positive and fulfilling relational environment. This simple act of recognizing and valuing others can have a profound impact on your interactions and overall relationship quality. Building authentic friendships requires vulnerability, courage, and a commitment to selflessness and love. It involves moving beyond superficial interactions and embracing the true essence of who we are. By fostering an environment of openness, seeking spiritual strength, and prioritizing the needs of others, we can cultivate deeper, more meaningful relationships. Authentic friendships are not just about sharing our triumphs but also about supporting each other through struggles and uncertainties. As we navigate these relationships, let us remember that love, empathy, and selflessness are the keys to fostering genuine connections. By investing in these qualities, we can experience the richness of authentic fellowship and build relationships that endure and fulfill. Humility, trust, positive prayer, mutual growth, and gratitude are key components in building and maintaining healthy relationships. Pride, with its self-deceiving nature, poses a significant challenge, but humility offers a powerful antidote. By cultivating humility through a relationship with Christ, practicing confidentiality and reliability, engaging in positive prayer, supporting each other's growth, and maintaining an attitude of gratitude, you can create and nurture meaningful, lasting connections. These principles are not merely abstract ideals, but practical, actionable steps that can transform relationships. Implementing them requires intentional effort and commitment, but the rewards, deeper, more authentic relationships, are well worth the investment. As you apply these principles, you will likely find that your relationships become more fulfilling, supportive, and resilient, reflecting the love and humility exemplified by Christ.